Glad they finally showed up.
They have indeed finally shown up, and to see if they can close out the day with another chicken dinner to the name, especially for, out of European crew or Deadeye's guys, we're going to actually dropping south of the Western Bridge, which could make things interesting, which could make this rotation from Stalwart Flex a single time, but here we go. Oh, back. He's conveying information. This is massive, and he's not going to let lose a bullet. He's going to lull them into a false sense of security, and then they're going to unleash onto the player, and it is going to be Blade taking down Magnet. Still hasn't shown himself. Stalwart Flex, they're like, oh, crap, there's a player there at Magnet, waiting patiently for the other three members of Stalwart Flex to go for a play. And he's so right next to him, he can convey all the information they need.
I love the fact that he had that trigger discipline as the first men went by, because I was kind of wondering, why is 1952 so staggered? And well, now you have an answer. I kind of expected a couple of these players to be up on the side as well, but it looks like Magnet has spotted the enemy. Crypto has no idea.
This got very scared. Magnet, he had a chance and opportunity to get the knock, and immediately is going to drop one down. He is getting hunted down. His position has been compromised. However, as long as he doesn't move any further ahead, he could stay alive, but instead he's going to drop one down below, and Newsom follows him, and he will finish him off. Magnet, he kind of fluffed that one, but a nade coming in from Johnny is going to get a knock. They are trading blows right now. 1952, they still have 3 alive, but the knock taking place means Johnny and Crypto are in a rough spot. A second nade in this position, and they're done for.
The moment Magnet kind of just gave his position up is when 1952 should have pushed in. So that is a little thing that I'm going to be just, I'm going to bring that out right now. Of course, criticism should be taken constructively at all times. Now, they are going to pass themselves up. Entry is at the point of, he doesn't want to he wants to make sure they don't enter the bridge. But again, these small things do accumulate. This is the time 1952 should have pushed in.
They should have picked up spots out his knees, taking a couple of shots. Stalwart Flex, actually a pretty good recovery, all things considered, right? They lost Blade. Their Magnet's position should have been their doom, but Magnet kind of fluffing a couple of sprays there, and it proved to be. That is brave from Stalwart Flex. His entry's going to drop down into the water, and suddenly on the bridge, 2 members left from 1952. The third member, Entry, he can provide no support apart from try and swim his way to the bridge where his teammates are located towards, as Tawfik and C Minor are going to try and keep these 3 players of Stalwart Flex at bay. But Stalwart Flex are doing a pretty decent job getting control of the bridge meter at a time, as Tawfik's going to drop as well, and they're just going to relinquish this fight. 1952, despite being in such a good position.
Now the thing is, C Minor over there has a major role if you think about it, because he needs to...
A C major role?
Yep. Alright, you take over, because you just completely made me lose my chain of thought, because I just kind of laughed at my own little joke right now.
I mean, C Minor has a major role. I mean, look, listen, neither of us are musicians. You are actually, you play the bass, so you would get this.
Yes, I do.
You would actually get that joke better, but C Minor, he is the lone man standing. A stray bullet does deal a very minimal amount of damage, and he's done a pretty decent job keeping them at bay, because the 2 members, Tawfik and Entry, have managed to clamber up
on that spot, which is something that I'm worried about. And now, as some more smoke is going to be deployed, I like the fact that they have this systematic movement. They're doing everything in a particular way. Now, they are going to take a few shots, but look at the staggered smoke. It's going to make sure all the things, the vision is completely blocked, and there you go. They are going to go into the next blockade.
And they have finally pushed up towards C Minor, and now he's got Tawfik and his other teammate nearby, right behind him. They are going to be providing him suppressing fire, but the nade is cooked. The Molotov is going to be deployed, and that's going to make life a little tricky for Johnny. I love the push-up from C Minor, but he gets punched in the face by the bullets. Uzum will drop him and finishes him off in a blink of an eye. In 1952, it was a 4v3 initially. Now they're down to 2 members, and Johnny zigzagging his way through the broken down vehicles, using the smoke for a little bit of cover as well, and they have slowly, steadily, tactically taken over this bridge. And now Tawfik and Entry, they have to wonder, do they want to stick on around? Do they still want to face up with Stalwart Flex and Entry? And Tawfik, I think they've made the call. They are indeed going to be running for the hills, heading into the play zone, and maybe from there
reaching that second blockade. Now that is when I was telling you, Entry should have had a bit more trigger discipline. Let him disembark from his vehicle and let at least another couple of people come in, and then they could have literally just obliterated them.
Well, Zeus are looking to do a bit of obliteration of their own. It is going to be Godless pushing up in his UAZ, and Ayush is taking a bit of shots from the right-hand side. Godless trying to toss in a nade through the window. Unfortunately, it will bounce off, but it's okay. He's got a ton more nades to deploy. It's going to back it off the edge of the door. Not going to find anyone, however, and Godless just trying to bully Ayush. I love the way he's just bouncing the nades off, keeping them at bay, while look at the way Zeus are pushing up towards them. They're surrounding them, Zeol as well, just nades. Left, right, and center. Ayush will finally fall to the Molotov from Godless, and Sundation Killer, they have decisions to make as they push on behind. But bear in mind, there's another team lying in wait for them, and it is of course going to be 7C if they do manage to escape from Zeus.
Now, I like the fact that this is a similar situation.
He's chasing him. What is he doing? What is he? He's chasing him alone.
I mean, Killer could have landed a few shots over there, but that is the determination the boys from Zeus Esports have. Once they lock a target, they either go and finish them off, or they are going to fall to the pressure. But now Killer has been left alone, and this is what's going to happen. Zeus.
Wait,
that was a bit of a mistake.
Doesn't matter though. He's still going to get the kill. Ayush will be finished off. P and crew.
Maybe Zeus is just trying to
against Seal 9. Inky getting dropped. Spooky in that UAZ in a very dangerous spot here. He can get shot at. And indeed, he is taking a bit of chip damage, but he will escape to safety. A bit of respite as Seal 9 taking a fight there with INES, and INES splitting up in a pair of two. Bear in mind, if you look at the minimap, if you look at the radar top right corner, there is another team in the vicinity. It is Blood Legion, and they are jumping in for this fight.
They are going to be jumping in. However, the fact is that this observatory is a bit high up, and Clutch could be in a world of trouble. He's going to get out of harm's way. Yes, he does, but that car is spewing too much smoke. I would want to get out of it.
I would indeed want to get out of it. You can take a look at the map as well. Everyone heading towards Gatka, where it looks like it is indeed going to be where the final circle will be located. Salutes from INES getting dropped as well by Blood Legion. Nate's being tossed in by Gazor. His vehicle has been obliterated by S9, but this battle here, both the teams are in the play zone, so it's not about, you know, trying to get into real estate. It's about trying to knock out a team, trying to get those kill points. Because right now, we still have all 16 teams alive and in the server. Eating straight into the safety of the play zone, but they're going to be going up against, well, you saw them earlier, it's Blood Legion. They need to take the fight here, and Rayan, unfortunately, is the lone man inside of that house, so he will fall. He is conveying information, though that nade is huge, but doesn't quite get the knock or the kill. Dominic and Leo trying desperately to get a trade. Jaro's going to find one onto Extreme. He's going to try and go in for the finish, but Jaro's just crawling around, trying to avoid his inevitable doom. As High Voltage now are trapped inside of the building. Dominic comes running in without checking his corner. Because of that, he is going to get punished, as Cooney is trying his best as well, but he will be dropped. Havoc and Assassin still standing, and Jaro, I believe, is the last man alive for the side of Blood Legion, and Havoc's going to take the fight to him, and with that, Blood Legion will be dismantled by High Voltage, and High Voltage only taking one casualty.
I was trying to look for some smokes being deployed in the house, because looks like he had no idea the enemy was right behind him. I'm going to come back to that later as Shari opens up on Carnage Esport, giving them a taste of their own medicine.
And Carnage Esports, that's rough. A player down, a player on his knees. Sunday spotted out in the distance as well. Players alive to enter the final game of the first day, and 2 kills to their name. Stalwart Flex, 3 alive. They have lost Blade a while ago. Venom Legends, though, they have 2 players knocked out in the open. Raffat going prone in the smoke, healing himself up. And Venom Legends are not looking like they're looking very solid here. They seem a little spread out, so to speak. And that's not a good sign.
Looks like elsewhere, INES are going to open up on Zeus. They were driving past Willy Linny, and, well, you can't do that, and now the boat's not over as Assassin is going to unload on them as well. But Stalwart flexes Uzum does spot the enemy. That little ridge just saved them over there.
Indeed it does. And Stalwart Flex, what are they going to do with this, right? They haven't quite confirmed any of the kills. Final member here for the side of Stalwart Flex, it is Uzum, and Raffat is on the hunt. They need to be careful of the fact that Dead Ice guys are also pushing on up. All 4 members still alive. Venom Legends keeping him pinned down into 1v2 here. Raffat trying to go for the jumping shots, but Uzum's going to spot him out, but doesn't really matter. Raffat with the suppressed shots who's going to finish him off, and that is going to be Stalwart Flex getting eliminated.
I wonder if you watched the movie Toy Story, the Mr. Potato Head figure was first launched in the United States in the year 1952.
There we go. TIL, and as we say 1952, they will also be eliminated, as A1 Esports are getting bullied here by DRS. A1 trying to push it towards DRS. AJ swapped his weapons at the worst time possible. Because of that, he will be knocked down. Boro and AJ on the knees. Mafia Ninja and Galtan to take the fight here. 9boy and Sinister barely alive on a sliver of HP, but he is still standing. But these nades could be their doom. He's cooking it, he's cooking it, he's cooking it.
Big.
He tosses it in, and as the finish comes in, the nade, it won't find him, but Sinister's been spotted out. The nade's going to come into his position, and the nade is dealing so much damage, but it's not quite able to confirm the knock nor the kill. Dante should be getting res as well. Look at how low everyone else is. Sinister's going to res himself. 9boy's healed himself as well. And now it is a 3v2. Make it a 2v2 as 9boy will once again be knocked on down by the nade coming in from DRS. And DRS, the 2 members standing here. They want to finish off the job, and they don't want to take any risks. They're going to be tossing another nade, and it's a deep nade, and it's going to finish off Dante. And Sinister now left in basically a 1v2 because 9boy, it will be dropped as well, put out of his misery by Mafia Ninja. And Sinister, it's him against the world, as he will have to go up against two members, and they peek him together simultaneously. And DRS Gaming, they wipe out the team.
The simultaneous to the old fight that we were talking about. Now, Carnage Esports, they need to basically do what Deadeye's guys are doing because Shifu is going to pick a fight. Unfortunately, he's going to get taken out. That's what I was saying. DRS could be in a beautiful spot to wipe out not one, but two squads.
Let's see if they do that, though. T2K. Fuse actually made his way. He might actually find 7C. The nade comes in. It's going to find Roy. That's perfection from 7C. I have no idea how the hell a couple of players alive in there. And Assassin is so lucky that a bullet's just grazing past his head.
They do have a little bit of a slope down towards them. That is kind of helping them out right now. But the thing is, they
to find out where the final circle, the 8th zone, is going to be. Galzen spotting out a couple of players. I'm not sure if he spotted out Spooky. Yes, it's actually Sandesh from behind. Finding Spooky, finishes him off. Inky is going for the trade. He's dealing a bit of damage, not quite able to land the killing blow. The Sandesh alive on half his health. Still alive. Fear will finally fall. The 7Cs will be swept away. Assassin spotted out as well, and Galvin could get the confirmed kill onto him. Players falling by the wayside. We're down to the final 7 teams, but only 9 left alive. Make that 8, as Sandesh will fall. And with him, his team will bid us goodbye.
move aside Sanha, because now we have a new map for the Snakes, because everyone is literally down on the ground as Rig is... I thought he maybe left his helmet over there, but he's got one just in case. Remember, he is right next to an airdrop. Is that going to be enough? Yes, it is, because S9's Roy just went down.
7C, actually, I take that back. He didn't get eliminated. I thought he got eliminated earlier, but he's going to find another knock here, as Cooney will finish off the job. He tried his best to stay alive there. And I beg your pardon, I thought 7C got eliminated a while ago. They didn't. Rig actually keeping them alive. 9 kills. C9 will also fall in the 5th position on 5. Down to the final 4 teams. 5 live. It's a 2v1v1v1. Suyog from Deadeye's guys finishes off Manish. Carnage Esports wiped out. Now, 2v1v1. You said it, DRS Gaming were in a fantastic position earlier. And the nade is absolute perfection. Cooney will fall. It's a 1v2. DRS going up against Deadeye's guys. Suyog, sir, in a 1v2 situation. He's hiding behind the broken down hut, and Galden has his eyes trained onto him. The nade is cooked. It's lobbed in, and it is so very good. But unfortunately, that hut is enough to provide him some cover, and Mafia Ninja using the opportunity to push in through the smoke.
Beautifully done, as Mafia Ninja is now on the left flank, but he has been spotted out by Siyog, which is going to give Galzen enough time to come and move in for the push as well. Now these smokes are going to be devastating. Mafia Ninja gets taken out. Wait a second, I did hear a grenade go off. I did hear a grenade go off. I want to be sure it is DRS. That's what I was telling you.